everyone. Welcome to our podcast for English learners. My name is James.
And I'm Olivia. We're so happy to have you here. Today, we're talking about a very important topic, successful relationships.
That's right. A good relationship, whether with a friend, family member, or partner, takes effort. We'll discuss what makes relationships strong and how to handle challenges.
Before we start, let's go over some key words that will help us in our discussion. We'll explain each word and give 2 example sentences.
Our first word is relation. Relation means the way people or things are connected. It is often used to talk about family connections or friendships. Examples: 1. My relation with my brother is very strong because we always support each other. 2. A good relation between teachers and students helps in learning better.
The next word is respect. Respect means showing kindness and consideration for others. Examples: 1. It's important to respect your partner's opinions, even if you don't agree. 2. The students respect their teacher because she listens to them.
Now, we have aggressive. Aggressive means behaving in a forceful or angry way. Examples: 1. Being aggressive in a discussion can hurt a relationship. 2. The dog became aggressive when it felt threatened.
The next word is inevitable. Inevitable means something that will happen no matter what. Examples: 1. In any relationship, disagreements are inevitable, but how you handle them matters. 2. Growing older is inevitable, so we should enjoy every moment.
Now, let's talk about forgive. Forgive means to stop feeling angry at someone for a mistake. Examples: 1. It's important to forgive small mistakes in a relationship. 2. She decided to forgive her friend for forgetting her birthday.
Next, we have look up. Look up means to admire someone or to search for information. Examples: 1. Many young people look up to their older siblings. 2. If you don't know a word, you can look it up in a dictionary.
Another important word is patience. Patience means staying calm when things take time or don't go as planned. Examples: 1. A successful relationship needs patience because people are not perfect. 2. Learning a new language takes patience and practice.
Now, let's talk about fault. Fault means responsibility for a mistake. Examples: 1. It's important to admit when something is your fault instead of blaming others. 2. The accident was not his fault, but he still helped to fix the problem.
The next word is strict. Strict means following rules seriously or being very disciplined. Examples: 1. Some parents are strict because they want their children to be responsible. 2. The teacher was strict about homework, but it helped the students learn.
Finally, we have nasty. Nasty means very unpleasant or mean. Examples: 1. A nasty attitude can ruin a relationship. 2. He wrote a nasty comment online, and it hurt many people's feelings.
Now that we understand these words, let's start discussing what makes a relationship successful. Communication is one of the most important things.
Exactly. Communication is key in any relationship. If people don't talk openly, small misunderstandings can become big problems.
That's true. A successful relationship is built on honesty and trust. If someone hides their feelings, the other person may not understand what's wrong.
And that's where respect comes in. When we respect each other's thoughts and feelings, we create a strong bond. Even when we disagree, we should listen carefully instead of becoming aggressive.
Right. When someone is aggressive in a discussion, the other person may feel attacked and stop talking. Instead, having patience and speaking calmly helps solve problems.
Yes, because disagreements are inevitable. No 2 people think exactly the same way. But how we handle disagreements determines if the relationship grows or suffers.
I agree. Sometimes, when people argue, they just want to prove they are right. But instead of blaming each other, it's better to understand whose fault it is and find a solution together.
That's so important. And even when someone makes a mistake, we should learn to forgive. Holding on to anger for too long only damages the relationship.
Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting, but it means moving forward. If a friend or partner apologizes sincerely, it's good to give them a chance.
And another thing that helps relationships is having role models. Many people look up to happy couples or good friendships to learn how to handle challenges.
Yes, But we should remember that every relationship is different. Just because one couple has a strict routine doesn't mean it will work for everyone.
That's true. Some people think being strict in a relationship, like making too many rules, will keep things in control, but it can actually cause stress.
And stress can lead to nasty arguments, which nobody wants. It's better to be open and flexible while still respecting each other's boundaries.
Exactly. Being open and flexible helps both people feel comfortable. If one person is too controlling, the relationship can become stressful.
Yes, and stress can make people react badly. Sometimes, when someone is feeling upset, they might say something nasty without meaning to.
That's why it's important to stay calm and think before speaking. If we act too quickly, we might hurt the people we care about.
And when that happens, we need to be ready to forgive. Everyone makes mistakes, but holding on to anger only makes the problem bigger.
That's true. And sometimes, when people argue, they blame each other instead of looking for a solution. Instead of saying, "It's your fault," it's better to say, "How can we fix this together?"
That's a great point. Working as a team is important. If one person is always making the decisions, the other person might feel ignored or unimportant.
Yes, and when someone feels unimportant, they might lose respect for the relationship. They might think, "Why should I try if the other person doesn't care?"
That's why balance is important. Some people think being strict will keep everything in order, but too many rules can make a relationship feel like a job instead of something enjoyable.
A good relationship should feel like a safe place. Even when there are problems, both people should feel comfortable talking and sharing their feelings.
That's why learning from others is helpful. We often look up to people who have strong relationships and try to follow their example.
Yes, but we also need to remember that every relationship is unique. What works for one couple or friendship may not work for another.
That's true. The most important thing is understanding each other and working together to make the relationship stronger.
Yes, understanding each other and working together is what keeps a relationship strong. It's not about being perfect, but about supporting each other through good and bad times.
Exactly. There will always be challenges, and sometimes problems are inevitable. But if both people are willing to listen and compromise, they can overcome them.
And that's where patience plays a big role. A relationship doesn't grow in one day. It takes time, effort, and understanding.
Right. If we expect everything to be perfect all the time, we might get frustrated. But when we are patient, we give the relationship a chance to grow naturally.
Another thing that helps is expressing appreciation. When someone does something nice, even a small thing, we should recognize it and show gratitude.
Yes, because feeling appreciated makes people happy. When people feel ignored or taken for granted, they might lose interest in the relationship.
That's true. And sometimes misunderstandings happen because people don't communicate well. Instead of jumping to conclusions, it's better to ask and understand the situation.
Yes, because reacting too quickly can lead to aggressive behavior. And once things get aggressive, it's harder to solve the problem.
That's why taking a moment to think before responding is important. A calm conversation is much more productive than a heated argument.
And when we do argue, it's important to focus on solutions instead of blaming each other. If both people try to work things out, the relationship will become stronger.
Absolutely, relationships are about teamwork. No one should feel alone in solving problems. Both people should support each other.
That's why having respect is so important. When we respect each other's feelings, opinions, and differences, we create a healthier and happier relationship.
Exactly. When there is respect, both people feel valued and heard. This makes the relationship stronger and more enjoyable.
Yes, and respect also means accepting that no one is perfect. Mistakes will happen, and when they do, we should be ready to forgive instead of holding grudges.
That's an important point. Holding on to anger can damage a relationship. But when we forgive, we allow the relationship to heal and move forward.
And moving forward together is what makes a relationship last. Instead of focusing on whose fault it is, we should focus on how to improve things.
Right. If one person always blames the other, it can create frustration. A successful relationship is about working as a team, not being against each other.
And teams support each other. We often look up to happy couples or strong friendships because they show us how to handle challenges with kindness and understanding.
Yes, and we should also remember that no relationship is perfect. Sometimes problems are inevitable, but with patience, love, and effort, we can overcome them.
That's why communication is so important. When people stop talking or listening, misunderstandings grow, and small problems can turn into big ones.
Exactly, and instead of being aggressive or nasty during disagreements, it's better to stay calm, listen, and find a solution together.
Right. Being too strict or controlling can also cause problems. A relationship should feel supportive, not like a set of rules that must always be followed.
So, to summarize, a successful relationship needs respect, patience, good communication, and the ability to forgive. Arguments are inevitable, but how we handle them makes all the difference.
That's a great summary. Relationships take effort, but when both people work together, they can build something strong and meaningful.
We hope you enjoyed this conversation and learned something useful. If you like this podcast, please support us by liking the video, leaving a comment, and sharing it with your friends and family.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more podcasts that help you improve your English while learning about interesting topics.
Thanks for listening. Everyone, take care and see you next time.
Goodbye.